Where is my Chatteroony?
Wherever we go, we'll always know. From the highest mountain to the bottom of the ocean, yeah. Our song is running like a river. Let the current take us there. We've got the melody to set us free, singing destiny. We've got the melody to set us free, singing destiny.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Carl? How you doing? What's up, Yanu? RTS Callum, what's good, guys? Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, guys, so today on the stream, we are going to be doing one of the Behind the Mask episodes, but we're going to be doing a live episode. So it's basically a podcast format right now. It's with Mr. CONCONLIVE. I'm going to keep dropping his links in the description. He's got 87,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's a big fucking number. 87,000. Yeah, you heard it right. 87,000. It's more people than I think. Yeah, never mind. So yeah, a lot of people. Go check out his links. And I hope that's the right link. I think that's the right link. What's up, Brad? So yeah, we're just gonna be doing a live episode now. If anyone does have questions or anything, you're more than welcome to give your input on that. We might try this on Twitch next time if it goes well and like live works better. But yeah, you can catch it on my YouTube. You can catch it on the EveTech YouTube. And yeah, let's get it from there. Welcome in. Oh, I don't have it on keyboard. No, welcome in, Mr. ConCon. How you doing today, dude?
Good, man.
Welcome to the stream.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We're not gonna be too. I'm not gonna take too much of your time. Like I said earlier, it'll only
No
be.
worries.
Let's say like 30, 45 minutes. We normally get carried away most of the time.
Yeah, that's
As we do as gamers, we just keep talking and talking and talking for
Yeah.
a very long time. So yeah, I have a few questions and like short form questions we can go through. Nothing crazy, nothing serious, but I'm hoping that you can tell me a lot about YouTube, about algorithm. Obviously, you've cracked the code in some way because, yeah, there's a ton of us trying out this YouTube game, and it's very,
Yeah.
very, very tough. But yeah, you've managed to do this full time, if I'm correct. You do content creation full time. It's your only job, and that's freaking insane. It's what we all want to do. So yeah, congrats on that.
Thanks so much, dude.
So yeah, if anyone doesn't know, ConCon does. Well, actually, you can go ahead and explain yourself a little bit if you want to.
Okay, sure.
What you do on
so,
YouTube?
So what I do on YouTube is I basically post gaming tutorials, mostly on new games that come out. I've been doing this for like the tutorials, at least I've been doing for 2 years. I've been doing YouTube itself for about 10, yeah, just almost 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's been a journey. And about like 2 years ago, it's like right after I met my girlfriend, who later became my wife. In December last year, we got married.
Congrats.
And yeah, she kind of like encouraged me to break out of this bubble that I trapped myself in on YouTube, which we can talk about in more detail later on in your stream, where I was stuck on doing like one type of content, and she managed to break me out of that into trying stuff that I actually enjoyed doing. And I was like, I took the risk, and it ended up being worthwhile. And last year, July, I quit my job, and I've been doing YouTube ever since. Like,
Wow.
basically a year now, dude. August.
Yeah, I'm sure this year has just felt like absolutely insane. It's been a crazy
Yeah,
ride
dude.
so far. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to ask right off the bat is, having gone full time with it. Have you ever felt yourself slacking off because you know it's a full-time thing, or do you find yourself pushing even harder? Because I can't, like, I have a job as well as doing streaming on the side, so that kind of keeps me waking up in the morning. Whereas once you're doing this content thing full time, no one's telling you, hey, listen, you got to work your 9 to 5 sort of thing. It's all on you at the end of the day. If you want to make the content, if you want to make the money, it's all in your, the ball is in your court at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's very true, man. For me, I think the first major change that I did, like working, doing YouTube full time, was literally waking up later. Like there's no way in hell I'm gonna wake up at 7 or 6 every morning. I'm like, no.
Okay, that's fine. That's understandable. That's
But
understandable.
but I work a lot later, you know, like I
Yeah,
find myself working better in the afternoons. So like I usually start by like maybe 12, 1 p.m. and then I find myself going all the way until like 12, p.m. at midnight. And also I find this problem of I can't stop working.
yeah,
Like my wife tells me, listen, you need to get away from the computer
yeah.
and come spend time with me. And I'm like, okay.
If
But,
I
but
have
I've
to.
got yeah, I've got like 12 video ideas, man. I'm like in my head, I'm like, I want to do all of them until I have to go to bed. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah,
like just,
hundred
and then
percent.
like after I do those, I get like another 12 ideas. So I'm like, just keep grinding through
Yeah,
everything. So it's harder to stop working for me than it is to kind of like slack off, if that makes
yeah.
sense.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I remember when we had we only played one evening, but we were on the New World beta together with
Yeah,
Pet
yeah.
Plays, and yeah, that was also like a 1-2 a.m. thing, and you guys were still just going and going and going, farming that wood, farming that whatever you had to, because like I got to make a video tomorrow, and I need to make sure I'm this level, and etc. etc.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that's mad, dude. Honestly. Um, So okay, so you wake up a bit later, but you work a bit later. So I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it still
Yeah, just like
weighs
dude,
itself up. And then what we kind of spoke about earlier. So 10 years, dude. That's a long time. So would you say, like, my favorite thing is saying that consistency is the key to everything. I don't know how consistent you were throughout those time, but you said over the past 2 years, especially, it's been
yeah.
taking off quite a bit. Um, what's the trick? What's the clue? What's the tutorial to YouTube? What do you? Yeah, what are your thoughts on?
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
tell me.
there's this thing that I learned like maybe 3 years ago, right? It was there's like hundreds of videos on YouTube saying how to grow your channel,
Yeah,
how to do like how to be big, blah 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 blah. Right? There was one that really stuck out with me. Even to this day, I still remember this little kind of catchphrase or motto that he gave, and he said always follow the Triple H method. And at first you're gonna think of the dude from wrestling and be like, what?
is Shawn Michaels there as well? Or nah?
yeah, yeah, no. So the Triple H thing means hero, hub, and help. So what that means is hero is like your hero content that's unique to you, something that you bring to YouTube that really only you are the only one doing it, like the thing that you make special kind of thing,
Okay.
that has like your brand on it. Like
Yeah,
this is something that only Cam does or only
yeah,
ConCon does. And then your hub is stuff that you include your community with, like let's say live streams, for example. You're including your community, you're keeping up with them, they're learning more about you, you're interacting with them, you're building that. It's a little bit difficult to do that in terms of a video, but there are many ways to include your community. Like some people give away, like I'm going to give away $10,000 to random restaurant workers and stuff. People find that
yeah,
as a hub video because
yeah.
it includes is essentially the community that they make content for.
100%.
And then the last one is help, which, as you can tell on my channel, is like the main thing. Of like 98% help is tutorials, search-based content, which is very easy to get views on and it's very easy to build a subscriber base on, but it's hard to keep consistency. So I can make like hundreds and hundreds of tutorials and bring in thousands and millions of views, but the problem is most of those people who watch a tutorial aren't here like, oh my god, let me go watch the next tutorial on a game
Yeah.
that I don't play.
100%. Yeah, yeah. It's not like a
So
series. Yeah.
yeah, so like if you can figure out how to take your channel and make tutorials, make gameplay, somehow include your community, then you have like the perfect recipe. But for me, honestly, what I did is the search-based content. Like I have like a little monopoly on search-based content on my channel, and that's kind of what got me here. But I am still working on like growing my community, my hub, because you can see on Twitter, like I have like hardly any followers because most people don't really follow like tutorial people.
Yeah,
It's a weird
100%.
concept, but yeah.
Okay, so so you focus mainly on that. You were telling me earlier. I want you to go like, I think let's rather work our way backwards because we've already started at the front anyway. I want to know. I know you've changed a lot of the games that you play and the games that you make tutorials on. How do you go about doing this so well? And because obviously you still keep a very good numbers in terms of viewers and growth in subscribers, even though you're changing games. So, like for me, when I look at it, when it comes to a streamer standpoint, it's very difficult to hop between games because when you consider a variety streamer, immediately you're like 50% less than everyone else because you're changing your game every day, and then you got Tom, Jim, and John that come through on Mondays because you're playing Apex Legends, but then on Wednesdays only Ginny comes through because you're playing like Dead by Daylight. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's always this tough choice for a streamer as to what game you're going to play on a certain day, not because you feel like it, maybe because you have to, maybe because etc etc. So do you ever feel like you have to make certain videos? I see the way you talk about it, it seems like you're really passionate and you enjoy making the tutorial videos. Even the time we spent playing New World, you enjoy learning like every single thing about the game and then sharing that knowledge with other people in easy ways for us to understand. So I get that a lot from you, but do you ever feel forced to do that? And this was a long ass question. Basically, how did you convert your games? Which has been your favorite game? Yeah, let's leave it there for now, and then I'll go back to the other question.
We're throwing questions within that question. I'm
Yeah.
like trying to build on. Wait. Like, edit, cut, paste, remove this
Yeah, you
one.
should be good at this now. Yeah, it's fine.
So basically, what you're asking me is how do you branch out from being stuck in one game? How
Yeah.
do you basically build an audience on a next game? This is something that I mentioned earlier that my wife had to help me break apart, because what I was doing for 8 of those 10 years is I was making content on a game called Tory Bash. Even now, I still make some videos on it, right? I've got like maybe 1,700, 800 videos on that game, and it's an
Wow.
indie game that barely gets 180 players or 200 players at a peak, like in the week. Like the maximum amount of players is like 200 people. But some of those videos you'll see on my channel are like the most viewed. Like got like 1.8 million views on a montage of like people's clips in there. It's a very niche, difficult game,
Yeah.
and the problem was when I started YouTube, I built my entire community based on what I had the most views on, which any content creator would know.
Yeah,
You play,
100%.
you make a bunch of different videos, and you'll be like, okay, cool, this game has like all the views over here. So you kind of instinctively go, well, I don't want to cover this game because this game doesn't treat me right. This one I'm getting all these views, so I stuck on this one. And the problem is, that's all I ever had views on. So I was like, every time I made a different, I was like, let me try this game. It's like, oh, it's here. And I'm like, no, but I feel demotivated, so I'll go back. Like it was a constant cycle of like those 8 years, kind of like not being able to quit the same game. And it was really like frustrating and makes you feel stuck. And you get to a point where you just don't like making the content anymore. And for me, I really love making tutorials. Like, honestly, it doesn't matter if the video even bombs. Like, I'm just like, as long as I can teach somebody something, even if it was one person who came in there and said, thanks, I needed that information. I'm like, yep, the tutorial was a success for me. That's all I needed to know. Like
100%.
the way I make the tutorials is literally I'll play the game and I'll be like, as I'm playing, I'll be like, how do you do this? And then I'm like, okay, cool, video idea. How do I do this? Video idea. How do I do that? Video idea. Every time I ask myself a question, I'm like, that's potentially something somebody would search in YouTube to type in. So it got to a point where my wife convinced me that, listen, I want to do all these other things. I need to stop being so like demotivated right as soon as I start, because you can't let something grow. Like, you can't take one step and go like, oh, but how come I'm not 2 kilometers away already? Like you have to take 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step. You have to start. So when I move over to a new game, it usually starts off really slowly. Like, you'll see some of the views will be like on 100 views for like a week, but then like the algorithm already like picks up maybe like a week or 2 weeks later, and all of a sudden those videos jump to like 1,000, some of them 2,000, some of them make the 10,000 mark. If I'm lucky, some of them even reach the 100,000 mark, which some of them have, like that I posted a year ago, which like you mentioned, from 12 months ago. So it's like this kind of system where I'm creating all these different steps, and they just keep going and they build themselves.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so it's like something you have to kind of like be able to post a video looking at it that it bombed, but still be happy and still work on it. It's a very difficult thing to really like do without that like emotional support, or like that motivation to really push you, because it's very easy to go, I don't want to do this anymore. It feels like I'm not going anywhere.
100%.
Sometimes you just have to, if you do what you're happy with, there will be people who will see your happiness and your passion with it, and they'll stick around, and you'll attract more people. It's not basically moving your audience across. You're building a new one that's catered for that content, because you can't convince Timmy, who likes racing games, to watch your cooking stream, for example. You have to kind of build people who like that thing that you're making content for. You can't force people to watch something, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to force people, because with YouTube, it tracks your watch time, right? So your videos get suggested based on how many people actually watch your video over a period of time. So if you have like, let's say like on me, on some of my Tory Bash videos, they look like they have millions of views, but they actually perform quite badly in a sense. So most of the people, like, they click the video because it's like high impact, it's very interesting, but then they're like, but they don't know this game, they don't know what they're watching, so the drop off is like, okay, cool, by the time you're at the end of the video, you only have like 20% people watching,
Yeah.
so. But if you have a video that's, let's say, has 100,000 views, for example, which is like, one 10% of the other video,
Yeah.
right? But you have like an 80% watch through, where like people are making, like 80% of people are watching the whole thing. So like your watch time is just like, like that, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. That is a lot more beneficial for revenue and for getting your video suggested more, and it's more likely to grow your other videos as well, because those people are, if they're watching more of your video, they're more
Yeah.
likely to watch more of your videos in general.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
there's a long answer.
Thank you for a long question. I just want to take a second to say, what's up, Mad Luke? What's up, Mr. Play? How you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. Raccoon, what's up, dude? How you doing, Pop? Welcome up, Levi. Hope you guys are having a good day. Obviously, today I'm not going to be talking that much. Like, we're not gaming or anything like that, but I appreciate you guys coming through. We're talking to Mr. CONCONLIVE right now. If you guys don't know him, I'm going to quickly grab the links again, unless I've copy pasted something that's not that. Yeah, I copy pasted my own link. Don't click on that. Fucking self-promoting kid. Grab this one. Go check him out. He makes a lot of awesome videos. Yeah, so basically, okay, so you gave me an answer on that. So you do struggle with pretty much the same thing that streamers do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like the game change is definitely a battle. You obviously mentioned that your wife is a huge factor in terms of keeping you motivated and keeping you going. Why did you start all of this in the first place? I mean, it might be a while ago for, say, 10 years, but what made you keep going for another 8 years? Like, that's still a long ass time to be doing something. Yeah.
So I started YouTube. I started my YouTube channel basically the same time I got access to internet for the first time. I was in grade 11. It was 2010, and I created my YouTube channel in 2010. And then I posted like one random video. It was literally just me like running and doing like this flying kick to my friend, which I've taken down because it was kind of like, I was like, I don't know if I want that on my channel. Kind of like, it looks like it's like too violent. I don't know, So it was like a funny thing. And then what really got me into making videos was on Tory Bash itself, that game that I mentioned that I covered a lot. There was these clan videos, right? Clan videos were huge back then in that like era 10 years ago. Like, everybody's like, we gotta have a clan video for our Call of Duty clan.
Yeah, everyone had a clan. Yeah,
you just have to have a clan video, and So I tried to make my own clan and started making my own like clips of like, put all my like content in there and like and doing stuff like that. And then I was like, okay, that's fun. And then I was like, Minecraft came out, so I was like, okay, let me do some Minecraft tutorials. And I believe like my 7th video was how to make an unraidable base in like Minecraft factions back in like, dude, like so long ago, 9 years ago. I think I posted a tweet on it. 9 years ago, I posted that video, and that was like the first one that went like viral, in a sense of like, like I had like 2 views and then I had like 4,000. It was like massive difference. Right now it's on 48,000 for a video that's quite old. And I just jumped onto like World of Warcraft, and I made a bunch of tutorials on World of Warcraft, and I was like, I was doing videos on things that I was playing, because I was like, I like to cover things that I'm actually actively enjoying, instead of like how you mentioned earlier, like, do I feel forced to do something? Normally, if I feel forced, I stop doing it. I like if it's me now, I'm like, no, like I don't want to do this. I'm not going to. I'm going to stop it right there. I'm going to do what I feel like doing and what's enjoyable for me. And it's a very hard decision to actually actively make. If this content's doing really well, but you don't really want to do it, do you force yourself to do it, or do you not? And from a sense, I started making those tutorials, and I just kept changing what I was doing all the time, like how a new YouTuber would. You try this, you try that. Oh, what about this game? I'll make videos on this. Oh my God, I'm gonna start vlogging my life. Like, you go through like this whole cycle.
So you've done the whole cycle,
yeah. You try every single option that's out there. Build videos, or like showcases, house tours. You try everything, and you see what works, which is good for a new YouTuber to really find what they want to do, because it's the easiest way is to find what you're passionate about, is by doing as many things in that list. Especially as a new YouTuber, you don't have anything to lose. I mean, me right now, when I post stuff, I end up losing subscribers sometimes. Often I lose half of the subscribers I gain. Like it's a weird system, like, because I'm posting so many different games all the time now. And eventually it got to a point where I started covering tutorials on Tory Bash, and that's where I fell into the trap where it's like, oh god, look at all these views,
Yeah.
views.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. I must do more of this. And then I slowly kind of like stopped everything else that wasn't working, and I focused there. In a way, I don't regret it because being able to master and like take a monopoly on one game first and learn how the ropes work is a really good thing. So it teaches you how, when you move on to a next game, what your challenges are, how you can maintain it at a long term, what kind of videos you should make on that. It's But at the same point, I also do feel like I wasted some of the time because I spent so long doing that, like
Yeah.
for those 8 years making like those 1,800 videos on that same game. It can be really demotivating and really boring in a sense. But like you, I was working for 5 years as a graphic designer
Okay.
at a quite a hectic big corporate company in their marketing team. So like I only had like weekends to make like one video. So I was like only making a video or two every weekend, and that was like my free time.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like doing full time like really opened everything up for me because I could just do everything that I
Yeah.
wanted to.
100%.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So basically, you're gonna go through the motions regardless. It seems like that's everyone. Do you have someone that edits for you? Or you edit your own videos.
I do everything myself.
You do everything
I,
yourself.
I'm one of those people where if I'm going to tell somebody to do something for me or even
rather
like pay them,
just-
I'm gonna be like, oh no, do that, no, move it there, like I don't like it, move it back.
Okay, no, that's
I'm-
cool. No, that's fine
I'm
because I wanted to ask the process. So let's say brand new YouTube video. What is ConCon's process in terms of breaking it down, editing, final product, thumbnails? Talk about some thumbnails. Maybe give us some advice on those, and then actually getting it up onto YouTube. And then I feel like a lot of what you're saying is a lot of the work, well, not a lot of the work. The work goes in at the beginning, and then it's kind of like a waiting game. But
Yeah,
again, at the same time, you're making all these different videos while this waiting game is happening for A, B,
Yeah,
and C video. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, your video, the 18 videos you make this month are paying you in 3 months time, kind of thing. It's not an immediate effect. Obviously, besides the payment thing, like you said, you enjoy what you do. But yeah, how do you go about making the video? So New World's about to come out. It's coming out tomorrow, by the way. Argument's sake, what is ConCon's process?
Like no, it's not. Don't get my hopes up.
What is your process going to be for
Okay.
for this? How are you preparing? Just because, like, for argument's sake, like I'm excited for Battlefield. I know that I'm gonna stream like 500 million hours on it, but I also need to make a video, maybe one or two, because my videos are bad. No, I'm kidding. But
They're not.
but yeah, what is your process leading up to a big launch, and yeah, how do you go about it?
Okay, so I've done this literally, like I said, like 30 times by now. Like I've covered so many damn games. It's
Yeah.
like in the last 2 years. Literally every month I'm covering 1 to 2 games. So my process, New World's a bit of a tricky one because we already played the beta and I already covered some of the content. So going into it again, I'm a lot more prepared than I would be for a normal game. But let's say, let me take Far Cry 6, which I'm going to cover this year as well. So
Oh, nice.
so thinking about Far Cry 6, so obviously what I do is I try to see if I can get my hands on the game like a few days earlier, because some content creators can get a game a little bit earlier. Sometimes I can like wiggle my way into like, hey, me, give me like a review key, so that I
Yeah.
can get the game for free, as well as like
Yeah, that's another
I'll-
benefit.
cover it early. Because I mean, one thing that makes full time easier is that when a game comes out, right? Because I'm starting from like step 1 when the game releases.
Yeah.
So the moment I have the game, I have to play it and cover content on it, and I have to be quicker than the people who are playing it. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of like this difficult system to manage, because I
Can't
have
even
to
imagine.
keep ahead in the game.
Yeah.
But also I have to be making tutorials, which obviously videos take time, and especially with the amount of videos that I pump out. I mean, on a launch of a game, I'm usually posting between 5 to 10 videos every day. So
Wow.
it's quite rough. I can do a whole week of like 40 videos, and then like I just kind of like zerg through everything. I find myself playing for like maybe like 4 or 6 hours, try to get like a real grip on the game. So because you don't want to do tutorial and then sound silly, and then you realize like, okay, you make this massive tutorial, and then you realize at the 7th hour is like, okay, you get this thing for free here, and you're like, you just so
how to get the golden key from Azeroth, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh wait, the guy at this house just gives it to you. But anyway,
Yeah,
let's-
yeah, yeah. You end up getting to the point where the quest kind of gives it to you anyway,
Yeah.
like in a sense. So you don't really need to explain it. So it's like, so you have to kind of play enough to know what you want to talk about and make sure the information is as valid and as needed as possible. For this is a big tip for anybody who's doing like any kind of content who actually is trying to do tutorials. It's also good for maybe even streaming or something. But what you should use is Google Trends. I don't know if you've used Google Trends
I
yourself.
haven't.
You go on Google Trends. I usually search the US market because I have like 65% US viewers. So I'm like,
Okay.
I'm just going to cater everything to
Yeah.
their thing because most of their search terms are in English anyway. So it's just easier to
100%.
do it like that because obviously my videos are in English as well. So in Google Trends, right? You just type in Google Trends on Google, you open it up, you change it to US. I usually change it to like the last 7 days because you can search what people have been searching for in the last 7 days in like a format of this is the highest, this is the second highest, third highest. So let's say Far Cry 6. How to like you look at that Google Trends for Far Cry 6. You type Far Cry 6, it tells you blah 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 blah, and then you see people are searching Far Cry 6, how to gain Desert Eagle, how to complete this mission, how to get the skin. So in me, for my head, I'm like, okay, cool. I make tutorials on how to cover that. Far Cry 6 Unlimited Edition or so. You know, it's like some things won't be tutorial based,
Yeah.
but most of the things you can. So when a game comes out, I go through that kind of phase where I play it, find the video ideas. I search the Google Trends like proactively, trying to see what other people who are playing it who might be ahead of me are finding, because I need the tutorials out before the majority of people start searching for it.
100%.
Because otherwise I've like missed most of the train. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm catching all the stragglers, which I want to be the first one. You know,
Yeah.
like so.
Agreed.
So yeah, essentially it just keeps like that, like 6 hours playing the game as much as I can, and then the other 4 hours or 5 hours, 6 hours in the day, I literally make as many videos as I can in that slot, and then just keep playing, like record, play, record, play, record, play, and basically until I get to a point where I've either completed the game and run out of my initial ideas. And once I run out of my initial ideas, I try dig deeper into the Google Trends, see if there's anything from my competition who are posting tutorials on the same game, if they covered something that I should cover in my way, maybe in a quicker video, because that's something I think in tutorials is being the quicker video. You know, nobody wants to watch a 10-minute video about this guy who sometimes talks about his life and, you know, doesn't get to the point straight away. Whereas if I make a 2-minute video, like, you know, like, and I cover everything that they need to know, people are more likely to click the 2-minute video than the 10-minute one we're hearing about Jeremy and his dog and how his neighbor is sleeping with the next door neighbor's cousin. You're not like, you know,
100%.
nobody wants to hear that. People want
Yeah.
the information, you know. So tutorials I've like really like learned how to do. And I guess that's like the flow in the process, and just repeat it every new game.
Wow. So the initial launch of a game must be absolutely chaotic for you. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
crazy.
It's
Like,
just it just goes and goes. I mean, I could kind of gather that from playing new. I keep referring back to that because that's the only time I've actually
Yeah.
played with you, and I wasn't really with you because you were like level 600 and I was still level 12. With my level 1 hex trying to do something. And you're like, yeah, dude, so this expedition is really dope. I'm like, how do you get there? No, you have to be level 17, bitch. I'm like, wow, okay, dude. Feels bad,
You
man.
make it sound like I'm this toxic motherfucker.
No,
Gotta
but
keep up.
no, but yeah, that grind must be insane. I mean, you guys literally, I can't imagine. It must be tough. So because like the way I see it is, for streams and stuff, for argument's sake, when a new season comes out for Apex, I don't think my brain is clocked the way yours is just yet, in the way that you know exactly which questions you're going to be asking yourself, which means you know exactly what videos you're making.
Yeah.
I basically
comes
said,
Comes with experience.
yeah. So like Wednesday, it normally drops on a Tuesday. So I'm like, well, everyone's already covered it. My internet's slow, so it takes forever for me to get like the download done. So I don't normally play in the evening. Then I play the next day, and I'll be like, I need to get one good game with the new gun and one good game with the new legend, and then I can make a video on each of those and then put those out. But yeah, that whole train thing is so difficult because you need to be on it before everyone else is. But the video also needs to be good enough. But then people actually also have to find the video, and the 10 people that find it might not like it as much as you think they would, and then it just doesn't get broadcasted anywhere. But maybe taking a break from YouTube for a second, I know you don't dabble in Twitch really much at all. You don't do any streaming or anything like that.
I tried it a bit, but I don't know, man. Like Twitch is like starting a whole new YouTube channel. It's just like,
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
it's just
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that whole
it's
schlep again. No, okay, no, I was just wondering if you did do any of the live streaming stuff. And then do you integrate like TikTok and your Instagram, or is it mainly just your YouTube channel?
so I've went through a few phases where I'm like, okay, I need to be on every single social
Yeah.
media. I need to have like Instagram, TikTok, like YouTube Shorts, YouTube streams, Twitch streams, like whatever, all these different things, Twitter, and eventually I ended up cutting it down to like, you know what, I've got all my eggs in one basket in a sense,
Yeah.
which is on YouTube. I'm like, what am I doing by going onto Twitch, Instagram, and everything? I'm not really building an audience for my YouTube because my YouTube is basically feeding the audiences on the other platforms. So I don't actively use Instagram anymore because I'm like, I don't find myself using it personally. So I'm like, why should I keep up with it if I don't even like using it myself?
Yeah.
So I decided to drop that. TikTok, I tried a bit as well because I mean, like, as every new thing comes out, a
Yeah.
content creator should try jumping because you never know. I mean, like, I made like 30, 40, 50 like TikTok things just to see how the waters are, to test, like, is this a viable system? And I was like, okay, cool, you get a bunch of views, but it doesn't really lead to anything much with TikTok in general because it's such short form, and it's fast paced, and you have the same thing on YouTube now in the form of YouTube Shorts, which
Yeah.
also in a sense don't bring in much revenue or anything. So you're only just growing your current subscriber rate if you land the right TikTok videos, which I
True.
mean, YouTube Shorts is what I'm talking about. If you land the right ones, then you can grow your subscriber base. So, like, if you're a new YouTuber, Shorts is a really good way to break into those first, like, 1,000 subscribers that you need. Like, it's a really easy way to get that. I mean, I had a few Shorts that just bring in way more subscribers than some of my videos that are like have like 3-4 times the amount of views. It's just,
Yeah. And
I think it's
production
just,
quality, yeah, because I mean, a short is a lot easier
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
make.
You just like 15 seconds. You can take a clip. You can take an interesting clip from your stream and post it there, and it's like, bam, 15,000 views. I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
Yo, that's
I'll
what
take it.
that's what I want to do. That's what I want to. I don't really understand the short thing. Maybe we can talk about that a bit off camera. You can
Yeah,
help me with that. But yeah, I just see them kind of blowing up. But yeah, like you said, what I was trying to get at is, like you said, you don't use them if you're not actually interested in using them. You're not going to use them. So
yeah.
it gets a bit. It's so much, dude. Like there's literally
There's so
it's
many.
more
Yeah,
than two hands, isn't it? By now, I mean, with Facebook, with TikTok, everything is just so much to be able to cover. Whereas I prefer, like, my Twitter. I know I can connect with my community there. I love
yeah,
talking to everyone there. We have good interactions there. My Twitch is obviously my baby. It's my favorite thing. I love the live interaction. I love the entertaining aspect. That's what I enjoy. The YouTube is something I'm trying to do because that's, I think, definitely a more sustainable way once you get to that level. But it's also the
yeah,
grind that I need to start now because, like you said, it takes a very long freaking
yeah,
time. So if I'm not doing it properly now, I can't expect something 2-3 years down the line. Sorry, mid sentence. What's up, Zar? What's up, Grizz? How you guys doing? What's up, Jason? Prob, how you doing, dude? Brick, mwah! Can you guys see each other? Yeah, we can. What's up, Stian? How you doing, dude? Welcome in, welcome in. They explode in views and equal subs? Yeah, exactly. Grizz, can I get one of you shaking your ass and then we put... Wow, I shouldn't be saying that. Yes. Thank you guys for joining. We're playing horror games tomorrow, just in case you guys forgot. Horror games tomorrow on Twitch. We're going to play Pacify. Anyway, yeah, so covering all of them is extremely difficult. I like to think that my Instagram's kind of like my personal thing that I do every now and then.
yeah,
But again, it's tough because at the end of the day, like, as much as, yeah, you're a content creator, you should be on all platforms. Your content sometimes only what's the word, only goes for a certain platform. Like, if you're making these tutorial videos, it's kind of, I mean, you probably could do it on TikTok, but like within a minute it can be very tough. There could be certain things you could do on TikTok, so there you diversify your content and be like, how to do a certain mission would have to be a YouTube video, but how to get this pair of boots that's like buying something off a market or whatever in New World would maybe be something. I
I think
guess I'm trying to think
I
of it
think
as that
I
way.
think the big issue with that is TikTok isn't search based. You don't go on TikTok and start
Yeah,
searching
true,
how,
true,
how
true.
to do how to do this. Where on YouTube you're using it like Google, or even
Yeah,
if you type on Google, it brings up your video as well.
yeah, on YouTube. Yeah,
Like, where TikTok, you're kind of just like, you open it up and you see what gets suggested to you and you go through it. You see one TikTok, you like it, you follow it, you get more of those kinds of TikToks. Like, I don't think people are out there on TikTok searching for
no,
specific
agreed,
content. So
agreed.
so for me, for tutorials, sure, the tutorial could do well, but I'm not going to reach the audience that I want to. It's going to be like just suggested to random people who like click it and go, oh, okay. You know, like the 5
Yeah.
minutes craft kind of like people and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And then with what was I saying before? My question was like 3 hours long, and I've forgotten it now. But yeah, basically, you've spoken about YouTube. Oh, did I ask you how you got into gaming? No.
No, not
Let's
yet,
go.
not
Okay,
yet.
so we've gone all the way back now.
And
Now
also
we're going.
thumbnails. I forgot to
Oh
answer
yeah,
that one.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
part of that. Okay, yeah. So let's go back to how you got into gaming. Your origin story with gaming.
Okay, so I was practically born a gamer, dude. Like, you know, you know, like I'm not sure how old you are, Cam. I don't know if
I'm
you're okay with
22.
22. Okay, so I'm 28 this year.
Okay.
So
You're not that
so
old. I know what you're talking about, I think.
yeah, so like when I started playing computer, it was like one of these old big things, you know, you know, like those creepy stuff. You probably grew up with the CRT monitors and everything as well,
Yeah.
and the weird keyboard and
Doom, that
yeah.
fucking terribly pixelated Doom version, yeah.
I never actually played Doom myself. The
Wow.
game that I got into was Red Alert 1. Like Red Alert, you know the strategic building. You like you place your building, you build the units, and you say that
Yeah.
you go defeat the Russians. Blah 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 blah. You know, play as the Americans, you defeat the Russians. Play as the Russians, defeat the Americans. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. It was like the weird kind of thing. And then I went into like Red Alert 2, and I went through like this whole stage of playing those RTS kind of strategy games. I
Okay.
went through like Age of Empires. You know all those different kind of building games. I was playing a lot of games pretty much on every kind of genre you could say,
Okay.
because I played Doom. I played what else? Man, like it's like the moment you mention it, like all the games like
Yeah, I
disappear.
get it.
It's like Thanos is just clicking his fingers and all the
Everyone in
games are
chat's
just
just saying the throwbacks though, so yeah.
yeah, man,
Age
like
of
just
Empires, Red Alert, floppy A days.
Diablo 2 was a huge one that me and my friend used to play. Like I'm so excited for the open beta that's happening on Friday for Diablo 2 Resurrected. Like
Yeah.
that was a huge part of my life. Playing like games like that where you're just running around controlling your character and everything. That was you know like my cool stuff. And by the
Okay.
time I got internet, which was really late in life, I got internet when I was 17. So like
Oh,
I
wow.
spent a lot of time in the dark, if you could say, you know.
Actually being outside, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like basically playing games and like waiting until I have that like one day I can go to school or something and like search like cheat codes for all the games I'm playing. Because I used to print out like A4 cheat codes like for San Andreas and everything, and I literally have it stuck on my wall. I'm like,
So-
okay, cool. Like up, down, left, X, you know, like summon the jetpack in San Andreas and like fly around. You know,
Oh,
like
that's amazing.
so
You were
I
playing
was
on a
taking.
console though as well, or
Yeah, I
or
played on
PC.
PlayStation 2. Yeah,
Okay,
I played
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 1 and PC, and then PlayStation 2, and then from PlayStation 2 I went to Xbox 360. That's when everybody was playing Modern Warfare 2.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. Oh,
that was like that was a whole. I wish I could go back to that. That was when
I think we all do.
FPS was like, dude.
Yeah, that was the shit. Fucking
Man,
Rust
dude.
1v1s and Terminal fucking
Dude.
oh dude, with your brother and his friend and just fuck shit
Dude,
up.
my
Dude.
friends used to mess with me because I played PC the whole time. I had Modern Warfare 2 on PC, and then I changed schools for grade 11,
Yeah.
and I met these new friends, and they're like, they only play on Xbox. I'm like, Mom, Xbox, Mom, Xbox, and the same game I have on PC, Mom, please. You know, so eventually I
Yeah.
convinced my mom to sell my PlayStation 2 and all the games and get like an Xbox 360 and obviously Modern Warfare 2 so I can play with
Yeah.
my friends. And these two assholes, dude, you know what they did to me? They took me into that map where there's like the broken down airplane in the middle. And what they did is because I couldn't use a controller, I wasn't really like
Yeah.
you know, I played San Andreas and I wasn't still that good with the shooting with the controller. You know, it's really difficult when you learn how to shoot with the controller.
Yeah.
And these two dudes, they come at me with riot shields and they're crouching. So I'm like, you know, I'm just like shooting.
everywhere.
I'm shooting everywhere, and then they're just knifing me, and I'm like,
Uh,
and then I was like, I trained every day. Like, came back from school, I'm like, I'm gonna. Yeah, and eventually, like, I became like better than like I think both of them. I think on the one I was on par with, but like
Okay.
I played so much, and like, 'cause
Yeah.
my ability to grind was crazy. So I just like grind the game over and over and over
Yeah.
again. And then when Black Ops 1 came out, I was like a killer with the. I don't know if you played Black Ops 1. You had that like the ballistic knife.
Yeah, yeah, it's
And then the
Yeah,
tomahawk.
dude.
I was literally that dude running around, no bullets, just.
that annoying guy. You mean?
Yeah, I'm like running around in circles around the same building, and I'm like, hey, hey.
Who wants a ballistic knife? Nice.
Yeah, dude. Like
Nice.
it was those were the times, man. But since then, I kind of like I kind of like fell off FPS games, and I went into roughly the same time I went into World of Warcraft. And
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever played an MMO like New World, for example.
Yeah.
Like you really spend a lot of time playing MMOs, and kind of just got like sucked into that for so long, and you know, and then that kind of leads to where I am today. But I did quit World of Warcraft because obviously all the drama going on with Blizzard and just
Yeah.
how the game isn't fun anymore. So that's why New World for me is like, not only is it work, it's also like a new MMO that I can waste my time on every day. Like I'm so excited.
100%. No, I get what
You
you're
know, like,
saying.
for me that's fun. I like the
Yeah.
grind and the progress, because it's not like these other games where you play once off and it's like, okay, cool, what do you really have to say for it? But when you have like New World, for example, I spent 2 days hitting trees to get here.
Yeah, and now I've got this fucking. I
You know
don't
what I
even
mean? Like,
remember, but yeah, you had to have a certain level to be able to even hit
yeah,
certain trees and stuff.
it's kind of like this weird reward system that you're like, okay, if you do this much, you get this.
Yeah, and you'll do it because yeah, it's part of the
Yeah,
game. So you did play
yeah,
FPS at the beginning, and then
yeah.
obviously transitioned over. Did you ever play Elder Scrolls Online, or because I know that was also an MMO that
Yeah,
was quite
I
big.
tried it when I tried it when it came out, but I don't know, man. I felt like they were trying to use the Skyrim kind of franchise that they had as this huge thing, but it just didn't work out the same way Skyrim was, and I was just like, I don't know if I can enjoy it. And also with the ping, I don't know if you've a lot
I
of
haven't
games where you
played it
play with
yet.
the ping and you try like shoot and it's like you like Valorant for me. Like I can't stand Valorant, even though
Yeah,
I've played it so many times. It's like you know, like
yeah,
it's delayed, like where you can actually feel your shots aren't going off when you shoot them, like
yeah,
the fact that you have to aim in front of people so that it hits them, you know, like
yeah. It's super frustrating. Yeah.
Elder Scrolls was very laggy for me. So I
Okay.
I, I I don't know if it's better now, but back then it was so bad. You'd get killed and you wouldn't be able to like even. It was like playing on like 400 ping, dude. It was, I don't know. It was
Yeah.
horrible.
So playing Apex. Yeah. No, I get you. No, it's it gets a bit much. But yeah. So if we look at oh, we actually, geez, like it's been 40 minutes already. Okay, I want to get my short form questions quickly. Before I get those, what is the future plan for ConCon? Do you have any big things coming up? Do you have any big things that you, besides, not really besides games? I know you said Far Cry 6, obviously New World you're going to be covering. Anything else that
Yeah.
you're really excited for this year, or potentially stuff that's moving over into next year? What are your plans for next year?
Okay, so my general kind of plan is to cover most massive release games that are going to be covered by a lot of people that I'm confident I can make tutorials on. So every time there's a new game and I'm like, okay, I can make at least 50 videos on this that will bring in yay income for the next year or so.
Yeah,
So I try to cover the big releases, because the bigger the release, the easier it is to take a bigger slice of the pie, because there's so much more people
yeah,
there to kind of grab. If you can only grab 10% of people, you want to try grab the 10% of the huge crowd
yeah,
instead of like the
exactly.
small crowd,
Yeah,
so if that makes sense. In terms of other big plans apart from gaming, I actually do have plans to make a second channel myself, unrelated to my gaming entirely. I'm going to start it up with something that like I want to do with the teaching and everything. I basically want to teach graphic design and
okay.
like kind of like skills that I went into, because I studied graphic design with the disguise of like I was going to learn how to make better YouTube videos, but my mom was like, "You need a job," and I was like,
Yeah,
I can do both."
yeah, okay.
Like
Yeah,
I can learn this and you also have it as a job, I guess.
yeah,
And especially for me, I didn't come from an artistic like background. I was very uncreative in school. I never like I can't draw for shit, dude. Like I mean, I did graphic design. My dog looks like a worm with legs. That's how I draw dogs. Like it's bad, man.
I saw those pictures
So
in the background. I thought it was inspiration and copies of the stuff that you've done, but yeah.
no, man, this is just anime, and like this one over here, and the one behind me over there is like from Comic Con, from this dude who illustrates and stuff.
Oh,
He's
okay.
I forget his name. It's somewhere on the paper there. Winford. His name's Winford. He makes like really cool drawings, and always like every time I go to Rage or Comic Con, I try to buy a few of these pictures so I can stick them up on my wall.
Nice,
Pretty
nice.
pretty cool stuff, yeah. And yeah, so I want to start this new YouTube channel, kind of very professional, kind of teaching graphic design and going the full mile, like knowing everything that I know now, how to really build almost a business out of it,
Yeah,
just to sustain my future, because gaming is very, I'm sure you've probably seen yourself, it's very like inconsistent,
yeah,
like 1 month I'm like earning this, the next month I'm earning this, like it's very, I can't predict. I don't know what my next month's salary is going to be. I don't know what I'm going to earn 2 years from now. I don't know what I'm going to earn next year. Like it's all like this wobbly, so you can't
yeah.
really be prepared for it. There's no job security, I think is the word.
100%.
There's you can't make any expectations of what you're going to get. So So I'm
Agreed.
trying to build something where I can try, start a different income revenue, because I'm earning all my revenue from just my views and monetized ads and everything. So
Yeah.
I don't have any brand deals or anything like we spoke before. I don't have any like sponsorships or anything. I'm basically earning everything through my ad revenue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you so with that? Have you ever had any thoughts to move away from South Africa?
Uh,
Reason that you stay here? Just because, well, not necessarily just because that. I mean, your audience is going to continue to grow, so I feel like the brand deals in hand will come with that.
yeah.
But what is the reason for staying in South Africa? I'm assuming it's got to do with like work. It was with
Uh,
work. What is the reason?
for me, I do want to leave South Africa. Me and my wife both want to leave and go to a better country where they have a little bit more infrastructure and a little bit more safety in general. Because
Yeah.
South Africa is always you never know what the hell to expect in this country, man. It's
No.
just
Yeah.
so it's worse than the income
I
stream.
was about to say it's the same as the income stream. It's like,
yeah, yeah.
are we gonna die this month? Are we not gonna die this month?
Yeah,
Do we have
like,
electricity? Do we not have
yeah,
electricity?
exactly, man. Like it's just it's unpredictable. It's the biggest problem I think for me right now is my wife's still studying, and her family, my family, they're both here, and they won't ever have money to really travel overseas as well. So if we do move, we won't see our families anymore. Like not face to face.
Yeah.
And for me right now, the income I'm earning in dollars from obviously from America, but once you move overseas, everything becomes more expensive. Like you need a higher income to sustain the higher cost of living in another country. So right now I'm like okay-ish in South Africa. Like my income is good to do everything I need to do. But if I had to move overseas, it's going to become a little too expensive to stay there.
Yeah.
But we are looking at once she ends up getting her job after she finishes studying, so that we can compile incomes to essentially move overseas, and she gets a job there. I can do my work anywhere. I don't have to be in South Africa. As content creation,
Yeah.
you just have to have a computer, internet, and games.
100%. 100%.
Easy.
I feel like, yeah. Grizz, you should go check him out. I'm gonna drop his link again if you haven't checked him out yet. Josh has a question, chat. If anyone else has a question and they want to ask, or a conversation starter, if you will, we have a little bit more time. I told Connor I wouldn't keep him for too much longer. So
No
if
worries,
you
man.
do have anything, one topic that came up here is Brick wants to know, where do you see content creation and the space going to in the next 5 years? Question mark. And I have two more things after this I need to speak about. Okay, go.
Okay. Content creation, where it's going right now. That's a very general question. It could be for like by country or by in general. I'm gonna just take it that you're asking in general.
Yeah.
So in general, I think content creation is getting way bigger. It's growing faster than anything, especially with a lot of the third world countries now getting into those streams. I mean, you see YouTube is going with the YouTube Black Fund and everything, sponsoring a lot of not non but what's the word? Equality. They're going for like trying to bring in different nationalities, races, everything. They want to be as diverse as they can and bring everybody into the same thing, which is a
100%.
very good move for them. So content creation is getting bigger than it has ever before. The problems with that is that you have way more competition nowadays. So
Yeah.
in 5 years, you're going to have a lot of these kids who are growing up now who grew up seeing, oh, look at all these big YouTubers. I mean, when I grew up, people wanted to be doctors and policemen. Now you go ask a kid, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be like Uncle Connor. I want to be,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like everybody wants to be a content creator. Everybody wants to be famous for doing gaming and stuff. And some of those people can, but some of them won't make it. Like you can't have like a million people all achieve the same result.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like
100%.
there's going to be this like tug of war of who makes the right move and who gets the the algorithm in the right time, if you can say
Yeah. Or
something like that.
who knows the right people kind of
Yeah,
thing.
so in the next 5 years, it's going to grow massively. There's going to be a lot of new faces, a lot of new competition. But in a way, when there's new people coming to the table, that brings a lot of other people who wouldn't generally be watching YouTube, especially with our younger generation has grown on watching YouTube, whereas the older generation isn't. So when you have like those 5 years of older people like kind of like aging out and all these 5 years of younger ones moving into the thing, you're going to have a bigger market of people who are used to watching content. So I feel like there's going to be a lot more people.
100%.
So
Yeah. I think everything
it comes
is
with its
just going.
benefits and cons, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. True. Okay. So you obviously you watch anime, right? Or you don't?
Yeah,
You
I do.
just okay. You do.
I watch a lot more anime than I probably make videos, but
Okay, because I don't watch anime. I don't know why. Everyone keeps telling me I should. But there's a podcast I listen to with Nate, Shot, and Courage. And they always talk about anime.
Okay.
Which one is your favorite and which one is your least favorite?
Oh man. Okay. Least favorite's gonna be a difficult one because I tried to delete those memories, but my favorite one is gonna be Vinland Saga. A very recent one is basically like this Viking. Imagine like the Viking show, but it's a lot better and it's
Wow,
filmed
a
in
lot better.
and it's made in anime. Like, dude, there's so many like oh, you like this character? Dead. You like that character? Dead. You know, like just like
Jeez,
what? Why did you just kill his whole family? Like, you know, like everything goes wrong for the main character, but he persists through it, and like it's brilliant, dude. Like, if there's one anime I can suggest to somebody who doesn't watch anime is Vinland Saga, dude.
because I love
just-
Vikings. I
Dude.
don't watch anime. Where do
Like,
you watch anime?
Not legally, but
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I can send you a few places to. Well, one place that I used to watch, but obviously, you know, it's most of them you won't be able to even access legally, because they kind of like, oh, this is not supported in your country or something.
Oh,
you know?
really? Is it like that?
Yeah.
That's why I always I
Yeah.
got this like stigma around it that it wasn't actually quality or that it wasn't nice to watch, or because it's got these restrictions on, I'm like, ugh, whatever, I'll just open Netflix and watch. But I think Netflix is actually starting to get some animes on.
Yeah, Netflix has some of them, not the best ones. They miss a lot of the mainstream ones because I think the mainstream ones that are really doing really well, they probably cost a lot more for Netflix to invest in, so that they
True.
can't. So they kind of get their hands on like the second best kind of
Yeah.
Netflix. I mean, anime
And try and
titles
push
and everything.
those to be the best because they're on
Yeah, yeah.
Netflix. Yeah, I get
I
you.
mean, there are some decent ones, but I mean, they're not the best. Not
Yeah.
a Netflix.
Okay,
at least,
so
not yet.
so Vinland Saga, Grizz says that's a banger. And then your least favorite,
My
or
least
just
favorite,
one that comes to mind that you're like, wow, that was terrible. Anyone?
School Days.
School Days. Is that what it's called? They also have weird names, man. Like
Yeah,
the one
I
that
know.
the one
You
that
should
Nate
see
Shaw watches is Hunter x Hunter. I'm like, what?
Oh, Hunter x Hunter is so fucking good.
Oh, is it
dude.
good? That's his favorite one,
Dude,
and that's the one I wanted to
yeah.
start on because
You know
apparently it's
what?
insane.
What, dude? Like the thing is with that anime, dude, we can talk like for years about this shit. Like I can talk more about this than I can about content. Like,
Does your
for real.
girlfriend watch? Does your wife watch anime?
She does. She
Okay,
does.
so
Oh,
then-
it was a good job marrying her. To be honest. Like, it was like,
It's a good job.
She's like I watch anime. I was like, ring. Here we go.
Take it, take it.
Take it.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, man. So Hunter x Hunter, dude. Wow, dude. It's like it's got a slow build, but the character, like, if you want plot, Hunter x Hunter has the most insane things, dude. You will watch a whole episode and you'll have goosebumps for like the whole episode. Dude. You'll be like, 20
Wow.
minutes. You'll be like,
Jeez, like.
you know,
okay.
you just sit there. You'll be like, what is life? What is life?
Ah, okay, I'm gonna have to
And
fucking invest some time maybe
I think
on the weekend.
watch a short one like Vinland Saga because that's like 12 episodes or 24 episodes. I can't recall now actually.
Wow. How long are the
Yeah,
episodes?
24 minutes, but
Oh,
you,
okay.
like that's 2 minutes with like intro and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, subtitles and everything. So
Okay.
yeah, but I mean, I recommend watching a short one if you're not, because I'm trying to really stick to 180 episodes for like Hunter x Hunter is gonna be tough
Yeah,
to stick around if you're not used to the, you know, it's,
Anime thing, yeah.
if you're like
agree.
waiting like it's gonna get good, it's gonna get good, it's gonna get good. You're like-
179 episodes in, I'm like, Con, what the fuck, bro? This thing is ass, dude. I hate
Dude.
it every minute.
My friend did that to me in college. I told him, dude, if you should watch this anime, and he's like, you should catch up on Naruto, and I was like, fuck you, I won't catch up on Naruto, dude. I took like a month and I caught up 1,100 episodes of like Naruto and then Naruto Shippuden, dude, like all of it, just to get to like the 2 episodes that he showed me, and I was like, you showed me the coolest episodes before I even watched the show.
Wow.
So I basically caught up just to catch all the boring stuff that led up to the cool episodes that he showed me.
Yikes.
So I was like, dude, why'd you do this? to me?" And then
That's
he still didn't watch the anime that I told him to watch, and it was only 12 episodes. I was like, I hold it over
I give
until
up.
the day, man. Like, if he dies before me, I'm gonna put it on his grave. Did not watch this anime. I can't even remember what it was.
Oh, that's
Still so
amazing.
salty about it though. But it's, yeah.
Nice. And then what was the other thing? Do you watch normal shows? Okay, no, let's not talk shows. We've got anime. Favorite movie.
Favorite movie.
Well,
Ooh.
again, one that comes to mind because there's so many movies. Like we all.
Yeah. There's so many good ones. If I think my favorite movie, I'm gonna probably go back to something that has been a favorite since I was since I was young.
Yeah.
And that would be I, Robot with Will Smith with those.
Ooh, that was a banger.
Dude, that was like, dude, movies like that and Riddick, the Chronicles of Riddick, dude.
Okay.
Oh,
Enjoy them.
yeah, man. That's stuff for me, dude. Like those two.
Nice.
That defines me in movies.
First and last, I watched the Seven Deadly Sins. Have you seen Seven Deadly Sins?
Yes, I have, but I haven't watched the 2 latest seasons
Okay.
because like it kind of went a little weird.
Yeah, I don't
for
think
one.
Raccoon likes it anyway. What was the first anime that Concon watched? I don't know.
The
It's a good
first
question.
anime. Oh, what was it called? I remember it's basically this girl who can like control her. She has like blood and she can control the ghost. No, I don't know if I'm explaining correctly. I can't remember its name, dude. It was literally like 11 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
Elfen Light. Elfen Light. That was the first one I watched. And I won't lie, I kind of watched anime because I was like, there's a lot of cleavage and like sexy characters involved. I'm like, I can get into this. And then you find like, oh shit, some of these have really cool stories.
Yeah.
So you come for the boobs, you stay for the plot. Like it's how the actual meme works, dude.
Nice.
You come for the boobs, you stay for the plot. Like that's
Nice. I
every
like it.
anime watcher will tell you that. Dude. It's for real.
Okay, so the movie was I, Robot. And then, do you like pineapple on pizza?
Pineapple on pizza, yes, with avocado, but not at the same time.
Dude, thank you. Everyone that's come on has said yes to pineapple on pizza, and we have one guy, his name's Saint. He's an asshole. Excuse me. That doesn't like pineapple on pizza for some odd reason. Favorite cuisine? Favorite food that you eat?
Oh shit, this is difficult. It'll probably be like shellfish kind of stuff, like like mussels, octopus. I like weird sea stuff.
Okay,
I don't
so
like
like seafood, but you don't like
like-
seafood, not fish.
I don't like fish itself. Like it's so weird. I hate hake and like I'm not a huge fan of like salmon and all that stuff, different
Yeah.
stuff like that. But anything that's in a shell, yeah, like mussels, oysters,
Prawns?
like prawns I'll eat. Yeah,
Prawns,
but
yeah.
I'm like neutral on them, but like neutral good.
Neutral good. Neutral good. That was amazing. What do you rate Bleach? Shut up. That was the same guy, obviously, being a dumbass. Naruto, you have to watch. Music. What music do you listen to? Nice one, Raccoon.
Okay, for me, I never really watched a lot of music. For me, I'm kind of odd in that sense. I would spend more of my time sitting in silence because my head is enough music for myself because my head's like always talking as much as
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
So I just have like these voices just like when I get bored, I start having conversations in my head. Like
Wow.
I sort of wonder. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't really
But-
listen to music that often. I mean, that's fine.
Not that much.
That's-
If I do, I'd listen to pop or something
Okay.
or whatever my wife's listened to. She likes Ava Max and stuff like that, which I don't mind either. But mostly
Okay.
it will be like pop or EDM kind of things like Marshmello, Alan Walker,
Okay.
vibes like that. Yeah.
Nice. Choose one: Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings.
Harry Potter.
Wow. I think I'd probably go the same, to be honest with you guys. Chat, what
Like,
is your opinion on that? What are we saying? I think Harry Potter, yeah, actually. I'd agree with that. Lord of the Rings, I watched it when I don't know how old I was, but I wasn't old enough to fully
really know what was
appreciate. To
happening,
fully
yeah.
appreciate.
I-
I was
I
just
think
like,
I'm
Gandalf. That's the guy in there? I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, like.
I think I'd have
hobbits
to
and
watch it
things.
again to really change my answer. But as a kid, I would have chosen Harry Potter over
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings because I didn't really understand what was happening in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, true. Ninja, sickening pineapple on pizza. Yes, it does belong. Also, DBD tomorrow night. Please tell me if you want to come play. Thanks. Cool. Okay, and then the next one was: have you been overseas or have you traveled?
Yeah, I've been to my previous company that I worked for as a graphic designer. They sent me to an expo in Spain, and I spent like a week and a half there, kind of like alone. It was really uncomfortable and weird, trying to just be in a country that nobody really wants to speak English because you're like una agua por favor, and they're like, like, they'll get you the one water, but the mom be like, excuse me, do you understand English? And they're like, and you're like, wow. And I also I did my dream trip. I
I was about to ask what's the place that you really want to visit, but I assume this is it. So let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in 2019, I think it was. 2019. I saved up like money for like 2 years, like actually almost 3 years to kind of do a trip to Japan because I was like, anime.
Okay.
I was like, I
Yeah.
gotta go to Japan at least once and just experience what it's like, And so I went with my uncle because he actually came up with the idea. He said he's gonna travel to China for a day and then to South Korea where his son lives, which is obviously my cousin. And so we spent like a week in Korea, and then we spent like a week and a half in Japan after that. So it was like it was a really cool like holiday, like
Yeah.
one day in China, see the Great Wall of China, see how Chinese can scam the shit out of you in as minimum time as possible, and it happens. Trust me. Like we spent like 200 rand for like a Heineken and a small can of Coke. Like, it was, dude, wow. And then South Korea was pretty cool. We did a few things there, but mostly with obviously a family, my cousin and his
Yeah.
dad. So we kind of just did mostly like just random stuff, try different foods and everything. Like they have this one thing where you have like a braai in a restaurant. Like it's a circle table and it's got like a braai in the middle, and you basically order your raw meat and you just braai it there, like on the table. It's like the
Wow,
coolest shit.
that sounds like
Like,
amazing, dude.
dude, like
Like
imagine
actually,
having that in South Africa, dude.
yeah.
Like just braaiing on your table, dude.
I think it would be a nightmare. Actually, there'd just be people everywhere.
And then obviously Japan, we traveled to 5 different cities in the 9 days that we were there. So
Wow.
it was hectic. We traveled like 1,800 kilometers in those like 9 days. It was
Must have
insane,
seen
but
everything as well.
yeah, I
Just-
saw as many things as I could in those 9
Yeah.
days. Like by the time we went to bed, I was like,
yeah,
and
literally
then I
just
had to like
passing out.
force myself to like wake up early so that I could see more of Japan, because it's like you have 9 days, dude. It costs so much to be here.
Yeah.
know?
What is the weirdest thing you ate there? Because don't they
weirdest
have
thing-
quite like extravagant cuisine? I mean,
the
besides
weird-
sushi and stuff, like
Okay, the weirdest thing I've had in South Africa too, at when the Japanese cultural embassy, they have like these cultural kind of days. They had one way before COVID, like 2017, 2016.
yeah.
There's this thing called takoyaki, which is basically they take octopus meat and they like roll it in a bowl, and then they kind of deep fry it, and then they put it on a little like toothpick kind of stick, and then they put like this teriyaki kind of sauce over it, and you just eat it. And it's very like chewy and like crunchy on the outside. It's really good. I had that in Japan as well. It was very nice.
Well,
It's like delicious, dude. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
yeah, I'm also kind of hungry. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so you went to Japan. I think that's kind of everything I wanted to ask. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I normally ask. You said you're gonna be picking up Battlefield 2042, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
I am.
so we can run some games in that, because
Yeah,
I'm also
man.
getting that.
That's fun.
Everyone seems to be a little bit on edge about it, because obviously there's been some leaked footage and stuff. But I think it looks freaking fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm super excited
I've,
for it.
I've got good opinions on it for now. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So yeah, guys, if you haven't checked out ConCon, I'm just gonna close this up. I'm just gonna mute and I'll be back now, guys. If you haven't checked out ConCon, go check him out. You can guarantee that he'll be pumping out like 17 million YouTube videos as soon as New World drops and Battlefield and all the rest. He makes the best tutorials, so make sure to go show him some love over there. Check him out on Twitter as well. I'll drop his Twitter link now. I'll go get it quickly because I'm on Twitter on that tab. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
I
Thanks for
appreciate
having
your time. It's been lots of fun.
It has.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah,
was really
enjoyed
cool.
the behind
Thanks,
the
man.
watch. Cool. Thanks, dude.
Very interesting.
Sweet, dude. Thank you. I'll be back now. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. You guys are insane. Thank you for being here. Big ups to ConCon. Seriously, guys, go show him some love. He's really, really awesome. Yeah, that was cool. I kind of enjoyed that live. I feel bad because I don't get to talk to you guys as much, obviously, and we can't go and raid someone now or anything. I wish you could like play games and stuff now to get some watch time up on the YouTube. I'm not gonna lie to you, but no, it's been fun. Obviously, go check out Eve Tech on Facebook and YouTube if you haven't already. Thank you for being here. I don't know why I did this with my hands. It was kind of weird, champ. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, thanks for being here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing the Team Siege Community Horror Games event. I'm probably going to be playing, just play games for it. Shut up, dude. Yeah, bro, this live is dope. So, Grizz, next week, you and me, Wednesday. If you're keen, let me know. You, me, Wednesday. But yeah, tomorrow we're playing horror games. We're going to start with Apex, normal time. I'll be live at 1 p.m. We're going to be grinding Apex pretty much the whole afternoon. Going to get to Diamond. And then I'll be playing, what's that game now? I don't even know what the game is called. Pacify, with whoever wants to join me. And then we'll be moving over to DBD in the evening. Hopefully we can catch some games with Ninja. We'll be playing DBD. Yeah, so at least 8 hours tomorrow, guys. We fucking grinding, okay? Must I wear pants? No pants. I'm not wearing pants right now, dude. Con's not wearing pants either. Trust, dude. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I can't raid anybody now, so just go and subscribe to Con. Like, pretend I'm sending a raid to Con's channel. Just, like, go over there and watch, like, 3 of his most recent videos. And watch the whole thing. Don't just click on it. You have to watch the whole thing. Tomorrow, champ. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Much love, Zah. DBD, can I join? Yeah, Grizz, tomorrow. Tomorrow night. Pull in. 7 o'clock. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your days, your afternoon. Send pictures on Discord of your food and your animals. Love you, Pop. Love you, Raccoon. Love you, Grizz. Love you, Zah. Love you, Saint. I'll catch you guys. Thanks. Peace. Cheers, Freezy. Follow Eve Tech on YouTube and Facebook, yeah? Thanks. Okay, cool. Love you. Bye. Cheers, Tit. Ninja, I'll see you tomorrow, yeah? Sweet. Bye. Shut up. I hate you, Saint. I actually don't know why I say